Hi, Dr. P here, and I'm going to talk about evaluating games in perhaps a different way than some people do, which is by determining or judging how many times the game is worth playing. And of course, this varies immensely depending on who's playing it. Now, this came to mind when I was telling a friend of mine about my minimalist Britannia game, which is 3 players rather than 4 and takes all of an hour when I play solo. I have not yet had it play tested by anybody else, given the circumstances lately. Perhaps the minimalist game is only worth 3 or 4 plays, whereas normally I try to design games that are worth at least 25 plays, if not a lot more. I know people who have played Britannia more than 500 times, and that's a 4 to 5 hour game if you're moving right along. So we could consider something like Cards Against Humanity. For some people, it's a game that they can play again and again and again. To me, it's just an extended joke. And as Robert Heinlein said, funny once, funny twice, funny always. And Cards Against Humanity doesn't get to always. It's not that funny for me. But then it's not aimed at 70-year-olds. It's aimed at college students, really, and high school students. So I have maintained for many years that the typical Euro-style game, is designed to be played 1 to 3 times so that players can explore it, and then most of the players are going to move on to the next game. Many of the people who play Euro games want to explore the games, figure out how they work, and then move on. That's one reason why Euro-style games tend to be quite transparent, because it's necessary to enable the players to see what's going on quickly, to figure out the strategies quickly, because there are usually only a few strategies that work, the multiple paths to victory, because you're essentially playing a puzzle. There are exceptions, of course, and the games that are really well known amongst the Euro style, but are not typical, are the ones that are worth playing a lot more than 1 to 3 times. Now again, how useful this is for evaluations of games, I don't know, because it depends so much on the audience. And so I guess you need to say, for such and such an audience, this game is only worth playing 1 to 3 times. Or maybe it's not worth playing at all. Or this game is worth playing dozens of times. Now, as an interjection here, there are 2 ways to make a game worth playing many times. One is to provide a lot of variety. The other is to provide a lot of gameplay depth, so that as you play, you learn more and more about the game and what you can do in it. And most games have some depth, but something like Britannia that people have played 500 times for 4 to 5 hours, that clearly has quite a lot of depth. But, you could write a whole book about gameplay depth. And so I'll just sign off here. Thanks for listening.